Hey yo, good morning, afternoon, evening, midnight, wherever you are in this world. It's so nice to see the viewers of the tube once again. My name is Tyler, and I hope like a rolling wave, you're ready to wake up. Kind of like these little pooches. You know how we wake and bake. It's time for Chico Crypto. 1000x gains in crypto? King clickbait title among all clickbait titles. But is it still possible? Well, today's video is a continuation of yesterday's vid. And yesterday I explained that as time goes on and we get what everybody wants, institutional adoption and enterprise involvement, those gains will be reserved for those institutions. Compound and Coinbase is a prime example of that. Now I'm sure some of you are like, swoop, you clickbaited me into this video. Now where are the altcoins for gains? What you talked about yesterday, Compound and Polkadot, those coins are not 1000xing anytime soon. Shoot, not even 100x or a 50x or a 10x. And if you check out Polkadot's IOU price, as the token isn't officially released and the Genesis block mined, you see they are trading for over $149, which the total supply at the Genesis will be 10 million coins. That puts DOT at a market cap of about $1.5 billion. Although like mentioned in the video yesterday, Polkadot leads me into where gains can be made. And I've brought up this coin before. That coin is Kusama, which if you didn't know is an integral piece and developer extension of Polkadot. It's a fully live stakeable parachain ready governance powered network where the dApps of the Polkadot network will be first tried on Kusama before making the leap to the DOT network. And Kusama is a much lower priced coin. Right now on CoinGecko, only $5.32 and a market cap of 44 million. So once the DOT goes live, I believe people will understand the value in Kusama and it will soar right along with it. Why? Kusama is Polkadot's canary network that will provide warnings to developers downstream in the DOT ecosystem. It is a real economic consequence testbed of which all the latest and newest features will be on Kusama first, meaning this network should be on the forefront of innovation. Which if you didn't know, they are. Kusama is a functioning proof-of-stake network. Ethereum eat your heart out with 350 validators, of which was just voted on by Kusama holders to increase in early June. That means staking is functioning, governance is functioning, and decentralization is functioning on Kusama. I know I've brought you through hell and back with the crypto knowledge on this channel, but we are close to some new coins. Now, one of the biggest innovations on Polkadot and thus Kusama is the parachains. So a basic design breakdown of both Polk and Sama is this. You have the basic bridge chain back to Ethereum, which connects to the relay chain, of which the parachains are connected to. These parachains are basically parallel blockchains, developers their own blockchains with security provided by Polkadot or Kusama. Compared to the dApps and smart contracts on Ethereum and others, you get a lot more flexibility and security, and it's much cheaper too compared to managing your own blockchain security. So I wonder who is developing a parachain on Kusama. Well, Polkadot came out with this blog post in February of this year, titled Major Milestone Achieved, Polkadot and Chainlink integration using Substrate. And the article states, prior to launching its parachain on Polkadot, Chainlink will deploy a parachain on Kusama. Parity Technologies, the lead development team for Polkadot and Substrate, has contributed significant code to the Chainlink's open source repository in GitHub to accelerate the integration and bring it to our developers. So that link stinks, huh? But that's not the coins we are talking about. We all know Chainlink already, and it's a way up there in market cap. But we can get an idea of which parachains are going to push forward, especially in the world of DeFi connected to Chainlink. Well, Polkadot had a DeFi day just a couple weeks ago, and we can see which projects attended. From an article on the day, there are 3 one-hour sessions featuring Akala, a cross-chain stablecoin and finance dApp platform, Centrifuge, a decentralized asset financing platform, Chainx, a Bitcoin smart contract platform, Chainlink, an Oracle service provider for any blockchain, Laminar, a synthetic asset and margin trading platform, Plasm Network, a layer 2 DApp scaling platform, and Interlay, a trustless Bitcoin bridge. So my favorites out of those that attended, well, Acala, they are actually collaborating with Chainlink to power DeFi on Polkadot, thus Kusama too. Down in the article, they state they will use Chainlink as a parachain and Link as runtime modules. And below this, it says, the two teams, Chainlink and Acala, are working on a proof of concept to explore these possibilities. Acala will launch its canary network, Karura, as a parachain on Kusama before Acala's mainnet launch on Polkadot. Now, Acala is basically the cross-chain MakerDAO of the Polkadot ecosystem. It has a collateral-backed stablecoin, AUSD, and that can be used cross-chain and use other assets as collateral in their system, like Bitcoin. And it has been in testnet mode for some time. And the only way to earn their governance token, ACA, has been by contributing to the protocol, running a node, coding, finding bugs, basically bounty rewards. And then we can see the node growth explosion on their testnet as it surged to even more than Kusama, meaning people wanted the ACA tokens. Although they will be conducting an initial parachain offering, which is a unique take on a token sale. 30% of the ACA will be allocated for DOT holders who take a risk and stake with Acala. Polkadot and Kusama is unique in that parachains are leased through an auction style, which requires a number of Kusama or DOT to be bonded and locked for a period, rounds which are 2 years or 24 months. So with an initial parachain offering, you're really not spending any money by participating. You are locking it up and rewarded with a parachain's token for taking that risk. But after 2 years, you get it back. So stablecoin projects, in my opinion, will be big. So Acala is getting a look from me. Any others? Well, yeah, Centrifuge is one I believe who also could be big because they are doing something in DeFi which is unique and the use cases are far and wide. Centrifuge has created Chainlink, a borrowing and lending protocol for NFTs or non-fungible tokens, and it works. So why is the use case of a lending and borrowing protocol for NFTs important? Trade finance, my friends, of which Chainlink is already live on the mainnet, revolutionizing this space, which we can see by their Explorer. They have 3 NFT pools, which have gone live. First trial with Console Freight, Paper Chain Pilot, and a second pool with Console Freight, which is live with 46 NFTs financed, worth over 330K in DAI, which if you click into it, all are verifiable on-chain. So tell me, Tyler, why is this important? What are they doing here? Well, the Chainlink DApp is allowing the logistics industry the ability to access liquidity through collateralized assets. In Console Freight's case, freight invoices are tokenized as NFTs. And how does this work? Well, a company like Console Freight, or could be any company with invoices, they need liquidity. So they set up a smart contract pool in the DApp with their invoices tokenized as NFTs, the amount they need to borrow, and the interest that will be paid back to the investors of the pool. Now, anyone can invest in the pool through DAI as of right now, and they purchase a token which represents their share of the pool, which Centrifuge has created 2 investment tokens, Drop and 10, which each provide different levels of investment risk. Drop is for the risk adverse. It's a senior level, representing a larger percentage of the investment pool, of which gets paid back first, and takes the losses last, and usually has a stable investment rate of return, or IRR. 10, on the other hand, is the junior level, representing a smaller percentage of the pool, and they get paid back last and take the losses first, but they usually have a variable IRR and can get a much higher or lower percentage than those in the senior or drop level. And this means investors can blend their investments now by getting in both, which allows micro adjustments in risk management not allowed in Finance 1.0. So we know they have a pool with over 330K in DAI with it right now, but there was a first trial with Console Freight too, and that happened in May. What were the stats? 278K DAI invested, which was 28K 10 tokens and 249K drop tokens. After the maturity dates, which is 30 days for drop, 45 days for 10, 281.4K total in DAI with a return, with an average IRR of 15%. Drop's IRR yield was 10.48% and 10's was 53.43%. So Dai, you see that a lot with Centrifuge. Well, that is because they are aiming to become a DeFi building block. And guess what? The console freight stuff is in partnership with none other than Maker. Plus, earlier this month, MakerDAO had a governance vote and signaled support for adding Drop as collateral to their protocol, of which the block covered. And guess what? The two Drop options for console freight and paper chain both received the highest number of yes votes. Awesome, huh? Real world assets as collateral on MakerDAO by Chainlink. But that is just a DApp, a product built by Centrifuge on Ethereum right now. And Drop and 10 are just investment tokens, nothing to do with governance and the like. For their entire product to work, they needed that governance and a fast and stable chain. That is why they created Centrifuge Chain with parity substrate, and why they were at Polka DeFi Day. That is why they're on Polkadot's Explorer. Clicking to chain chains, we can see the Centrifuge mainnet listed right there. And here's where their governance token comes into play. That token is the Centrifuge Radial Token, RAD, and the goal of this governance token is to provide a decentralized source of truth for Centrifuge to work without relying on a third party. To achieve this, they needed a chain which could mint blocks and immediately secure and validate the transactions. That is why they chose to build with Substrate and Polkadot. Thus, staking is involved to incentivize the distributed network of validator nodes, and half of the supply of RAD is used for exactly this, incentivizing the network of nodes. So right now with the launch of the mainnet, that is the only way to get tokens, to either create a validator node and validate, or to already have some RAD and delegate your stake to a validator. But Tyler, I don't have any RAD and I don't see it trading on CoinGecko. Well, the only way to get it is to buy OTC, as it's not trading on an exchange yet. But Chico has your back and has a way to get you some for free.99. So like all new projects, Centrifuge has a faucet to get some tokens for free, provided by the team, so you can interact with the chain. All major projects have faucets in their early stages. Bitcoin did, Ethereum did, and now Centrifuge does. So to do this, you need a Polkadot wallet, which if you followed my Kusama staking video I did a couple weeks ago, we already have one. If not, the video where we set one up is in the description. Now we need to go to polkadot.js.org and make sure we are on the Centrifuge mainnet. Then go to accounts, and our Polkadot account should show up. If you haven't created one, click add account in the top right corner. Now, to copy your Centrifuge mainnet address, you just hover over the icon next to your account name and left click, and the plus symbol comes up and it should copy to your clipboard. Now time to go to the Centrifuge faucet, which can be found at faucet.chain.centrifuge.io. Link is in the description. Once there, you have to do your login with a GitHub. So if you don't have one of those, you simply create it for free. Once you do that, you need to fill in your details. Unfortunately, US cannot participate, and then copy your Centrifuge mainnet ADI into the space provided. Agree and press to pour, and it should say success if it worked. And you can confirm by going back to the Explorer, and the reward is 0.1 of a RAD for free. And with that 0.1 of a RAD, you can now also delegate that stake and start earning off of staking in the Centrifuge network. Now there are many others in the kusama ecosystem I have my eyes on. Edgeware, the smart contract chain, although it has been surging lately, so I'm personally waiting for a pullback. And another who was also at Polka DeFi Day with a call in Centrifuge, Chainx, which of the coins that are trading has a much smaller market cap. Cheers viewers, I'll see you next time.